Hey there guys, and welcome back to another update episode for a Hat in Time Alpha build. This is going to serve as kind of simultaneously the third and fourth update videos, both at once, because I have been very busy with school and stuff like that, so I haven't gotten around to doing the third update, and they've already released the fourth update. So that means that I will have to just kind of cram both of them in one video, which is good, I guess. It means you guys don't have to watch as much stuff to stay up to date. So we're going to start off with things in the options menu that they have updated, and then I'll just show you just a couple of things in game that they've changed. They haven't changed a whole lot that I can really show. There have been a lot of bug fixes in update 3 particularly. Just a lot of bug fixes, ones that I really never ran into or noticed, but it's good that they're doing them. So first things first, and probably most importantly of all, things that have more than 2 settings, they ask you to confirm the change, which is amazing. Trying to get this thing to run at 1080 initially when the build was first released was a nightmare. It took me like 10 minutes just to get the damn thing to stay on the right settings, so it's very nice. And also it means I can finally show you all of the different resolution options that they offer. As you can see, they go down quite a ways. They have a very wide array of resolution options. I don't even know what would run 4096 by 2160. I have no clue. I'm not even going to venture to guess because I'll make a fool of myself. I don't know that much about what, like, different monitors and resolutions and displays, but anyway, as you can see, they support a very wide array of resolution options, so that is a very good thing. Then in the graphics department, they've changed just a couple of things. They made world detail right here, as well as real-time environment shadows into their own settings. So previously they were kind of just built in with other settings, so now they've got so many of the options, all of the options. So that is quite nice. They've also included depth of field and advanced depth of field as options, so you can toggle that on and off, both of them. I still don't know where I stand on depth of field. I'll show you when we get in game, but it has an interesting effect. I feel like depth of field or depth of view kind of changes from game to game as far as what it does, but let's see, nothing in game. Controls, yes, if you click the middle mouse button on mouse and keyboard, or click the right stick on a 360 controller, or a gamepad, I guess, the camera will snap behind your character. And they have a lot of customizability for this one. They go from very slow all the way up to very fast, which I think is very nice, because really when it comes to camera snapping, there isn't a right or wrong, it's just personal preference. For me, very fast is a bit too fast, it's almost instantaneous. And very slow, it's like you might as well just be turning your camera yourself. So I like slow the best personally, but it comes down to personal preference. So as far as audio, I'm not going to do this for the fact that it's going to be way too loud, but they've made it so music volume goes all the way up to 150%, as well as adding a voice acting volume, so you can see this one also goes up to 150%. I'm kind of suspicious of this. I feel like what they probably did is they just made it subdivide a little bit further, and they turned 100%, the old 100%, into a new 150%, because the volume on this game is ridiculous. It's nice that they have so much of an option if you have like a very soft speaker system, but my goodness, this game gets loud at 150%. I have the music volume on 20% right now, and I also have the general sound volume of the game at 20% also, so that it doesn't drown me out when I'm talking with the microphone. So it's kind of insane how loud it can get. But again, it's better to have, you know, a lot of options as opposed to no options at all. So obviously cooperative play is still not there. So Mafia Town. Let's just do a couple of things in here. So one of the things that they've done is they've made it so that you don't actually need to be like facing a wall in order to wall slide. You can go in at an angle, which is quite nice, because there would be some times when you'd go in at an angle and you just would fall because you expected to wall slide and you just could not quite make it. So that is one thing. Also, just to show you guys what depth of field is, look off at the blimps in the distance. So if I go to effect settings and turn advanced depth of field off, you can see how some of it, like, it used to be very blurry with advanced depth of field, and then you turn it off and the blurriness gets kind of a little bit farther away, and then if you turn depth of field off, everything renders all at once. And it's just exactly what it looks like. And so, as you can see with some of the blimps, like, they don't necessarily look the absolute best, but if you turn depth of field on, they look much nicer because you can't see, like, the relatively low polygon count and stuff. So I kind of like having just regular depth of field on. Advanced depth of field might be a little overkill for my taste, so that is kind of my opinion on that, but it's another situation where it's really just personal opinion, and that's about it. So anyway, so that's depth of field for you right there. And also I will show you the camera snapping. This is just clicking the right stick, and this is on slow. I think this, for me, is the best setting because anything above this can be kind of disorienting. So there is that. Also, they've added a couple of energy bits, I think they call them. Yeah, energy bits in that shaft right there, because for those of you who didn't know, there's actually a secret platforming level in this pipe. I will make a separate video later, showing off the different secrets and things you might miss. I'm definitely going to be making that video quite soon, because I've been planning it for a long time and I've just been putting it off. But as I said, it's been quite busy over at school these last couple weeks, so let's see, we have a couple of other things. First, I'm actually going to turn up the music volume just a little bit, and I will show you one of the other changes they made. So as you can see, they have added in beach music separate from the actual music of the level, which is quite nice because let's face it, you can only spend so much time listening to the same track of music before you get kind of tired of it. So it's good that they added variety within the hub world, because that is a very welcome change. Another thing that they've changed that is more than welcome is this right here. Before, if you jumped down these slides, you would just kind of get stuck in them, but now they've made it so when you go through the slide, Hat Kid dives, which is quite nice. Some of the hit detection is a little bit janky. Honestly, it's like sort of interesting. I don't know. You'll kind of get stutter. You'll stutter a bit when you're on your way down. And also, if you go in at an angle, it won't really work that well at all, but yeah, see, I kind of stuttered there. But, you know, it's still much better than nothing. It's much better than it was. So yeah, I mean, besides that, there were a lot of general bug fixes. Just a bunch of stuff. Bug when backing out of effects menu, a bug where Hat Kid wouldn't leave footprints, 2 button prompts appearing at once, player occlusion not animating. don't necessarily know what that means, but it sounds good that it's animating now. So, yeah. Think besides that, I mean, they did some performance improvements, which is quite nice. They are making this game just stupidly accessible for all types of people playing on all levels of PC. So like they made it so some things won't render on low detail, like some particle effects. They fixed the rendering on some higher distance stuff. Like I have my render all the way up, and so you can see the grass renders from very far away. And before, I guess it didn't render as well. And then they also made it so some of the islands, the faraway islands, won't render on lower detail. So yeah, they've made it so pretty much you can run this thing on a damn phone. Not really, but they've made it very accessible to all different people with all levels of PC, and that's always really great to see from developers. They've made the options menu and the accessibility of this game just fantastic, which is very nice, very nice. I think that pretty much does it, really. There are a couple of other bugs they fixed with the mini-boss fight in the first area of the game, the first level, where you just fight the Mafia for the first time. And then they have also... They fixed a bug where you could get stuck during... at the end of Queen Vanessa's level. And finally, they have added a sound bite, so when you pick up a key in the Queen Vanessa level, you will there will now be a sound. So that is about all for this episode then, I guess. The next episode will be out whenever the next episode is out, whenever they end up making another update. I'm very excited to see what they have in store. And I'm already so excited for the beta, because this game has so much to offer. I kind of wish they included more content, honestly. If I had one criticism of the alpha, it's that they gave us a very small amount of very high quality content, and I almost wish that they had given us more low quality content. Like I wish they would have, when I think alpha, I think wireframes and shit. I mean, seriously unfinished. This is really good. They're just working on some of the physics and stuff right now. And, that's probably the jankiest stuff, but graphically it's fantastic. Design-wise, it's great. So I wish they had shown us more of the game, but I guess we will have to wait for the beta for that. I also still really wish that they wouldn't let you move, because I fell off there. It's kind of a thing. So I might need to submit a ticket for that through the community feedback tracker, but we'll see. So yeah, that about does it for this update episode for A Hat in Time Alpha build. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you next time.